G'day. My great-great-grandfather is the guy who wrote the Australian Constitution. Well, okay, he had a bit of help, didn't do it alone, but he did work on the first draft, and everybody says that he played a really big role. His name was Sir Samuel Griffith. These days, when people are talking about the Constitution, it can sound as if it's always existed or that it's written in stone, but that's not true. It was written by people who knew that in the future, one day, it would need to be amended. How do I know that? Well, Sir Samuel Griffith said so in 1891 during the Australasian Constitutional Convention debates. These are his words. We have to devise a constitution that will work, that will have within its bounds sufficient scope to allow of any developments. It's well to have a constitution so elastic as to allow of any necessary development that may take place. Mr. Deakin then said, capable of being amended, and Sir Samuel Griffith responded, everything is capable of being amended. Well, now's the time to amend something that my great-great-grandfather and the others of his time didn't realise. They genuinely believed that Aboriginal people were a dying race, that they wouldn't exist into the future. But the first peoples of this land were not a dying race. No matter the horrors they faced, they resisted, they persisted, and they reclaimed. As Dr. Yuna Pingu declared, acknowledge that we have survived the worst that the past has thrown at us, and we are here with our songs, our ceremonies, our land, our language, and our people, our full identity. What a gift this is that we can give you if you choose to accept us in a meaningful way. Well, 6 years ago, the First Nations of this land convened their own version of a constitutional convention. They travelled the country and they ended at Uluru. And there in that spiritual place, they called for the establishment of a First Nations voice enshrined in the Constitution, and for truth-telling and treaty-making. And they invited all Australians to walk with them. So now's the time for the Australian Constitution to be amended, as my great-great-grandfather forecast. And now is the time for the sovereign first peoples of this land to have a voice. And we can't leave this task to our children, or our grandchildren, or our great-grandchildren. This is the time to vote yes and to make history.